We're freediving again, to be as stealthy as possible. No bubbles or tanks to spook them off. I'm about to put Mark and I in front of the great white's older, faster cousin. Wearing nothing but 7 millimeters of neoprene to test for an aggressive response. We know there are salmon sharks near, but the water's too murky to make anything out. My crew is baiting with herring and keeping close watch from above, but I can barely see 25 feet, which is not enough warning for a shark that can top 50 miles per hour. Here we go. There's a shark materializing out of the haze. It has to be 6 feet long, 400 pounds. It's like the hot rod version of a great white. Look at how quickly he changes direction. He's got that big, oversized tail to push him through the water. I've never seen a shark this size move with such agility.
Give me a fish. Give me a fish.
Now to see if I can bait it in. We know from the fishermen that they go after the Pacific herring. But once I initiate a feeding response, there's no going back. Let's see how aggressive he gets. He's taking the bait, but he's maintaining a safe distance.
That was good.
Well, the good news is they're more interested in fish than they are us.
Yeah, so the question is, how do we test if these animals, given their option, have a preference to eat mammals?
While my crew continues to offer herring, I have a more meaty option.
So what I have here is a pork chop, and as silly as this may seem, this big piece of fat, this reddish meat, it's very similar to a marine mammal. So I'm gonna take this in and see if I can get them feeding on mammal meat, and that'll give us an answer.
This is essentially an olfactory test. We're discovering which scent they find more attractive, the fish or the pork. If it goes for the pork, then it has an appetite for mammals and is most likely our culprit for the attacks.
Okay, I toss one more here. Getting into her pattern there.
My team is tossing fish and dropping baited lines to entice him. Well, I'm going to attempt to hand feed with the pork chop.
You're getting way too far from the boat, man.
He's coming in close, not close enough to hand feed. Maybe it's me, so I'm attempting to toss the pork. Nope, he is very active and ready to feed, but clearly just interested in the fish.
I feel like, based on this, when it comes to olfactory senses, smell, the salmon sharks have a strong preference for fish over mammal meat. Now that we've kind of figured the salmon sharks out a little bit, what I want to do is get a tag on one. What I have here is called a gatku. This is a pole spear used primarily for hunting fish, but with a custom applicator tip. Okay, so here we go. I don't want to spook. I want to wait till she's looking away.
The spear will pierce the soft, fatty area around the dorsal fin, embedding the tracker. She'll barely even feel it. My team is leading bait towards me to draw her in.
Under the boat.
Bring it up to you.
That was tempting, but I have to be 100% confident in my shot, because I only get one.
Absolutely perfect in the fat, right behind the dorsal fin.
kept going back to his normal routine. Woo!
This tag will record the shark's every movement and let us know if it's feeding around marine mammal colonies, which will help us determine if the salmon shark could be responsible for the gruesome attacks. I should have all the data in about 6 months, but right now I'm going to continue my observation of this incredible animal. We've just found a different shark, and she's coming right in. I'm going to try to hand feed her. Something's off. She just tensed up and darted under the boat.
Second shark! Second shark! Second shark!
This has never been filmed. A second salmon shark is competing with me and the first shark for dominance to claim the bait. The first shark has now circled back around to take ownership. He's forcing the new shark to compete. He's taking the higher ground. Shark behavior dictates that the most dominant shark is the highest up in the water column. This is salmon shark behavior that has never been captured on camera. Look at how the first shark has dropped lower to submit dominance to the second shark. They're competing right in front of me. And now they're both circling at the same level.
They're both feeding.
Look at their arched backs and locked pectoral fins. This is very aggressive body posture. They are fired up. Now, they're both refusing the bait. I've drifted near the surface, making me the highest in the water column.
Guys, I'm bringing them both in here.
They are now sizing me up to compete with me for the bait. They're extremely riled up. Looks like one is coming in close. He came right up to me. He was in the perfect position to attack, but chose not to. Even when multiple salmon sharks are competing for food, none of them chose to attack me, the mammal.
We came here to figure out who the Jaws of Alaska is. And we've looked at 2 incredible species of animal. And I actually think it's neither of the animals that we've been targeting.